Welcome back to Thronebreaker. We are currently headed to Aldersburg. We're over here. Aldersburg is over here. This bridge here was broken, so we had to go around this way. This is where we fought Eldain. Now we're gonna check out some stuff over here before we go to Aldersburg.
The burning fields and orchards spewed thick black smoke, turning day into darkest night. Riding in the middle of her caravan, Meve could see neither its head nor its rear. Reynard ordered the men to keep formation and march in silence.
Eyes open, fore and aft. The foe might well use these conditions to spring a trap.
When a scout's shrill horn cut through the silence, Meve immediately galloped to the front of the column. She found herself in a pile of red-hot coals that had once been peasants' huts.
What the devil happened here?
Bodies lay amid the ashes, barefoot men in nightshirts as if caught in their sleep. Meve deemed them yet more victims of the black-clad invaders, but Gascon had another interpretation.
Look at the arrows. Imperial issue? Not hardly. Nor are they the type the Scoia'tael favour. And the tracks in the mud, the attackers fought not in formation, but man to man. Bandits. It must have been.
Reynard, standing next to him, nodded in agreement.
Gascon can be relied on here. After all, he knows of what he speaks.
An uncomfortable silence fell over the group, ending only when Meve ordered the scouts to determine the direction of the bandits' tracks. They returned to report the killers were hiding somewhere to the north.
Alrighty then. So presumably we're gonna run into them somewhere like over here. This fort seems likely.
I'm going no further, and I'd advise you to do the same. Bandits took the fort to the north.
There you go.
Was nearly home. Nearly with my dear wife. Go to Edirn, they said. You'll sell at a profit, they said. Go to Edirn, they said. You'll sell at a profit, they said. Another dead end. How the demons do I get out of here? How do I quit this place for good? Cursed land. Nothing but corpses and ash. Corpses and ash far as the eye can see. Smoke everywhere. Billows of it. Stings your eyes and scratches at your throat. Another dead end. How the demons do I get out of here?
Got our morale back to normal. So that's nice. Alright, I don't think there's anything over here, but no.
The scouts reported the bandits who attacked the village that night now occupied a fort the Edirnians had hastily abandoned during their retreat.
They'll have crossbows, arbalists, ballistae. The bandits are armed to the teeth.
What's more, according to the local folk, they had a witch among them. In light of these reports, Meve's advisors debated whether it was worth risking a fight with the brigands.
Let's call it as it is.
Gascon said.
The game's not worth the candle.
Game?
Rayla said, struggling to swallow her anger.
They slaughtered an entire village. We cannot let them get away.
Well, I guess she's at least not just racist, so that's good. Well, I've regretted not attacking in the past, and these here I don't even. It's the only reason I wouldn't attack is for reasons that the game probably. Well, I could see the game like taking some recruits away from me or something, but that doesn't really matter.
The stage seemed set
anyway.
for a long debate when Meve pounded her fist on the table.
I am a queen, for God's sakes. I shall not cower before common rogues, even if the entire conclave of mages stands with them. Reynard, Have the men prepare their arms.
Reynard saluted and left the tent. If one had seen him then, he would have sworn the grizzled soldier smiled to himself, beaming with pride in his ruler.
Bandit stronghold. Her countenance grim, Meve peered at the fort's walls. The seizure of this fortress was of no strategic importance. Indeed, some might even call it a wholly unnecessary risk. But not Meve. Rather than drive off the invaders, these brigands took advantage of the confusion to murder and steal from their compatriots. The queen refused to sit idly in the face of such depravity. Hint, killing is not the solution to everything. Huh. Well, I guess that's technically true. But games like this would certainly make you think otherwise. They have no leader, apparently. So, I don't really know what I'm going to be dealing with here. Well, as always, we'll mulligan Knickers. I'm not sure if Rayla's going to be good here or not. We're not going to have any Scoia'tael, but I mean, her order is still useful even if you don't. But yeah, let's mulligan Arbalest. Mulligan this guy. 4 drummers in hand. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I would like to have Reynard or Xavier, but... Oh, I guess Rayla can pull them, can't she? Yeah. Reynard can pull Xavier and then he can give her more charges. Yeah, seems pretty good. Okay.
Your Grace, I saw flashes of light inside the fort.
Okay.
Surrender while you can!
If this unit's power drops to 4 or less, move it back to your deck. Okay. But you still have to do a lot of damage to get it to that point.
Again and again and again.
Oh, man. That's... When the enemy leader is used to repeat the deployability, that is pretty scary. Pretty scary. They don't seem to be dealing damage, so maybe I'll just go ahead and play Rayla and then summon Xavier.
I'll fight to my last breath.
Well, summon Xavier next turn, but... Why wouldn't you just play it here? Like, come on, AI. Alright.
My pain serves a purpose.
Alright, now I'm gonna want to do this at least once. Dark Mirror would do a pretty good number on this guy. Power up my drummer. It would actually be enough to knock him down to 4 and throw him back into the deck. I don't actually know if throwing him back in the deck is even a good thing, though. I guess you might just get pulled back out. Like, maybe you actually do. They say killing is not the solution, but I don't know if they have other stuff that pulls stuff back out of the deck. So. But I am thinking... I mean, I can play the mirror at least twice, and they have big cards. So, although once I play it once, I guess I probably won't want to play it again, because then this guy will be huge, but that's fine. Yeah, let's just do it.
We must find a gap in the fortifications.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, Raynard. Okay, so... we can just play more drummers and, like, prepare for later turns. I think that's...
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
fine. All they're gonna do is play more of these guys.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Oh, that's pretty... unimpressive. Just
left, right, left, right.
I have card advantage because I have the decoy, so I don't really need to do anything urgently.
Again and again and again.
Well, I guess it's gonna take some more patching.
Damage a random enemy by 2. Repeat this ability when an enemy's loyal ability is triggered. Yeah, well, I'm just probably never going to do that, so that's fine. Yeah, I could just... well, I should... Horn should be one of the last cards I play. Like Horn, then Blacksmith, then Horn again. Could toss out the Runestone. It's not doing a whole lot, but... yeah, I can't even kill anything with it. I mean, if I got all of these guys down to 9, then I would out-damage the Ladurnian cavalry thing. So, like, can I get them all down to 9? That would be... no, not even close. I can get this guy down to 9. Maybe I can get these all down to 7. No, I can't either. 3 damage just to get this guy down, and then I have 5 damage, which I can't even get one of these guys down to 9. Ugh, all that armor. It's pretty annoying. I guess I could give Rayla another charge and then decoy Xavier. Doesn't seem unreasonable. I would like to use her to do the Aretuza Adept anyway, as well as Raynard.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
What do I want to... I guess what I actually want to do, though, is get, like, one Arbalest out and then just put a whole... put more of them into the deck with the R's2 Adept, probably. So that I don't pull War Wagons, which aren't doing a whole lot at this point. Should I just see if I can pull one now? I guess I should, if I'm going to do that, I should play Xavier first.
Fear not! We shall achieve our goal!
Alright, so we can do 6 damage. If we do 6 damage to one of the 13s, that knocks it down to 9, so... get closer to making the broadsword playable. And yeah, I'll go ahead and pull the R2's Adept. Oh, I could also pull the Pitfall Trap. That's interesting.
As you wish, milady.
Guy Vettles, hungry like a wolf I am.
Let's pull another one. Alright, we're gonna do 7 damage is actually gonna put somebody below 9, but 5 damage won't.
Give me a time.
Now we can do 1 to him, 3 to him, and then just 4 to this guy. Or just deal armor damage. Maybe that's actually better. I don't know. Sure, whatever.
I promise.
Alright, well, I'm not even going to need to do anything fancy. And just...
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Sure, whatever. Okay. Yeah, there were so many cool things I could do that I didn't even need to do.
They battled long and hard to take the fort. Meve could have sworn she saw bandits stalking its ramparts. Bandits who moments before had taken a bolt to the head. By all rights, a mortal wound.
What the devil is going on here?
She swore as she took cover behind her shield. The secret was unraveled only after the battle's conclusion.
The witch.
Meve's soldiers dragged before her a grey-haired woman in coloured robes. The aura radiating from her left no doubt. They had fought a sorceress. It was her healing spells that enabled the bandits to hold off their attack for so long.
I don't know why she didn't show up as a card, though.
What is your name, sorceress?
Ispel of Tretago.
I take it you did not keep company with bandits willingly.
Not at all. They kidnapped me and forced me to aid them.
Forced? I do not understand. As a woman fluent in the arcana of magic, you could have freed yourself with little effort.
Arcana.
True, I could have. But I would have had to kill, and I swore never to use my talents to harm another.
Not even in self-defense?
Not even then.
Then you live in truly unfortunate times. War rages all around. You cannot hide from it.
So be it. Then I must entrust myself to the care of the gods.
Or a passing queen.
You stand before Meve, by divine right ruler of Lyria and Rivia. We seek the lord of these lands, Demavend.
Oh, forgive me for not recognizing you, your grace. You do not look like a ruler. More like a mercenary.
Nor do you look like a sorceress.
True, milady. Forgive me. I meant no offense.
I accept your apology, and would gladly welcome you into our ranks. Truth be told, a skilled worker of magic would prove most useful to us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my lady. But you must know, an army is no place for me.
Should you wish it not, you needn't fight. We have many civilians among our ranks who
do their part in the slaughter. Indirect guilt is enough.
Oh, wait, what you were just doing with the bandits didn't count? What? Come on! Be consistent at least.
My soldiers do not slaughter, they fight.
Lofty words, but the result is the same. Piles of corpses.
Well, a bandit I am not. I shall not force you. Reynard, prepare the men to march on.
Of course, but if I may, perhaps Xavier might have a look at the war machines we captured. He may find some parts of use.
Meve followed Reynard's suggestion. Xavier went to work.
Yes, Your Grace.
Gods. What happened to him?
He was in Rosberg when the stronghold fell. Nearly burned alive.
How are you healing him?
The medics recommended regular poultices of dog's tallow, but whether they've any effect...
Of course they've no effect. For such wounds. How he must suffer.
In the day he reveals nothing, but at night one awakes to hear him sob with pain. You see? I need healers.
I shall go with you. But never shall I use magic to take a life. Do I make myself clear?
It's a little contrived, but fine. Sure.
Yes, you have put it quite plain, and rather bluntly.
Now, Meve, don't complain.
Forgive me, Your Grace. It has been long since I played the host. I forget the custom.
Your spells mean more to me than your manners. Welcome to our ranks, Isbel.
Isbel sat in one of their wagons and shut her tired eyes. Her long grey hair seemed to flutter ever so slightly, though there was neither wind nor breeze.
So, one thing I'll just throw out at this point is that almost all of the sorceresses, possibly all of them that are like canonically established in the Witcher universe, are portrayed as beautiful and, if not like not necessarily young. I want to say young, but not like super young. Not like, you know, necessarily like teens or 20s, but young as in not, you know, old the way that she is. Anyway, yeah, beautiful, younger, I guess I'll say, women. And the reason for that is actually, like, that they, you know, because of their magic, more than, like, it being some kind of coincidence or, you know, anything along those lines. Like, they all do various things with their magic to, like, alter their appearance in either temporary or permanent ways. So, I guess she just isn't down for that. I mean, there's other like magic users who are not sorceresses who are more like, you know, old, you know, women, like more classic witch type deal. But yeah, it's interesting. I guess she's more humble or less like political or something, because part of the reason that they do it is for like to basically use their wiles to gain political power. So, oh, achievement unlocked. Recruit Isbel into your army. Okay then, that's a cool animation. All right, let's see. We can't actually go into the fort, but we can get some loot. But then we got something. Oh, we got a report. King Demavend's orders. From His Royal Highness Demavend, King of Edirn, Lord of Dol Blathana, to all garrisons in Lower Edirn. Your orders are as follows. Abandon forts at once and make haste to Aldersburg. Massive reinforcements necessary. The enemy prepares to launch a siege. The Lord of Dol Blathana thing is kind of interesting too. At some point, Dol Blathana becomes an independent elven land, and I thought that had already happened, but maybe it actually hasn't happened yet. Okay, or maybe it just hasn't been recognized or something. So where is our new healer? Here we go. Boost allies at random by the total damage taken during this battle. Whoa! That could be insane! She costs 25 supply, but I actually can't afford that. So, if you get... It is interesting, because you can... She would be a really good card in a, whatchamacallit, Skellige deck, or at least assuming that the deck has the same archetype that it did during the beta, where there's a lot of self-damage activation stuff, because, you know, you can basically offset that damage and meanwhile use it for activations. I, of course, don't have a lot of self-damage activation stuff other than the War Wagon infantry. So, even though she's a really good card, I'm not actually sure what I would, like, how well she would fit into the deck. Because it's only against certain enemies that she would actually be, like, applicable. Yeah, I'm not sure. But, thing I will do before I think about that anymore is go look at... So now I can get Stray's Bomber Plus, which is something I had wanted to get because it becomes a 2/3 chance rather than a 1/3 chance to deal fire damage, which is a lot better. Yeah, I don't actually care about that anyway. Yeah, let's grab that. I only have 11 wood now. There's not an upgrade that gives you, like, wood per battle, right? No. It's annoying. I would very much like that, but it is not to be, like, constantly wood limited. Okay, so now putting the bombers in seems good. I still don't think... I mean, there's no reason to ever have more than 2 in your deck. That seems obvious. Oh, you're not even allowed to recruit... oh, that's because I don't have the wood to do it. Okay. You can't disenchant cards, right? No. Alright. I haven't really done anything with this card, and I'm not convinced it's great anyway, so I think I'm going to take it out for 1 bomber. It's also debatable whether you even need 2. Like, how often... Because you know, you've also got things like decoy, or the possibility that the enemy just plays heavily into one row, and I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad thing to have too. And I guess you could argue also that like fire is pretty strictly better than the pitfall trap. So what I could do is just drop the pitfall trap in favor of the bomber. I think I'll do that actually. It just seems better. And what else might we want to do? Yeah, I could fit Isbel, like I said, but I don't think I want to. But I was thinking about, do I want... Well, I can't afford more of them anyway. I wouldn't mind having more of these blacksmiths. But then again, one of them is probably enough anyway. Oh, no, it's the R2's add-up. This is who I want more of. Being able to add more Arbalists to my deck is super good. And, yeah, if I might like drop the war wagons for those actually, just to like basically maybe even a drummer, like, but basically increase the relative density of the Arbalest, so just like fire all the bullets. Good times. Wait, is there something going on here? Oh.
Mom, it's good you're here. We ought to speak.
Yes? Concerning what?
I've spent time with your troops, dressing their wounds, treating them. They respect you greatly, would follow you into any fire, any flood.
Happy to hear it. They're good folk, one and all.
Yes, precisely. In fact, too good to die in a senseless war.
Mm-hmm. Figured that was where this is
going.
Not
certain I understand.
Don't lead them into whatever awful things that you could get them to do because they are happy to follow you.
The Imperial Army's enormous. Just how enormous we know, both. Had you all the North's kings at your side, victory would still be unsure. Yet you fight alone. Know well you cannot rely on them.
These both are basically the same thing, but let's go with this one.
Agreed. Nilfgaard's far better equipped and greatly outnumbers us. Yet, though try, they cannot be everywhere at once. They've stretched their forces thin, too thin. An error I aim to exploit.
You may be right. I hope you are. The lives of those you lead depend on it. You're proud, persistent, and sure of yourself. Just as I was at your age. It may work in your favor. Only time can tell. Meanwhile, how might I help?
Oh, maybe they're actually going to talk about the thing that I was talking about.
You're no village witch, no healer. That much is clear. But nor do you look like our northern sorceresses.
I use no glamour, true. I've come to feel a body must age, and honestly so, as nature intended, as is the order of things.
You sound much like a druid drivelling on about balance, harmony, the good that is rot.
Rather poor, their reputation, druids. Yet they're in the right in this regard, I believe. Defy nature's laws, and nothing good can come of it.
Is that also why you wear no shoes?
Ah, no. I simply like to feel the grass between my toes, the sand or the mud. You must try it sometime.
The defy nature's laws and no good can come of it. I mean, what is magic if not defying nature's laws? Or even, in a sense, practicing medicine. I don't know. It's just just because it's like more rudimentary than like the medicine that we know in the modern world doesn't mean that it's not like technology or whatever.
I shall think on it. Thank you, Isbel. Duty calls. I must go.
Of course. Should you need me, I'll be here.
Alrighty, so we want to go check out all that stuff.
The ruins still smoulder. Nilfgaard Park's not long afore. They must be close.
No doubt they already knock at Aldersberg's gate. We must make haste.
Brave warriors, fled so fast you didn't manage to pack. Beautiful sword. Not a scratch on it. Our army showed well in the parade, but when it came down to it, it's of no real use to me. Take it if you'd like. Left in the fields, it'll go to waste.
Oh, I got wood. I actually want that.
Warriors fled so fast, didn't manage to pack.
Okay. Oh, there's some Nilfgaardians. Grab this first. Don't look to be too many of them. Trial by fire. Nilfgaardian military superiority was so immense that even Imperial reconnaissance units posed a serious threat to Meave's modest army. Rather than retreat and await reinforcements, the Nilfgaardians decided to take the offensive. Eliminate the spotters before they escape. Okay. So what we're gonna try to do, probably, is play the Pitfall Trap in this row when they're all damaged. The Wagenburg is probably the thing that's going to damage them before that. And the Sapper. I think, or I could play the Pitfall Trap in this row. Knowing that eventually these guys are going to come up through it too. So basically I can assume that these three are each going to be at 4 health ultimately because the Pitfall Trap. Like, I can't play the Pitfall Trap in the last row unless it is the last thing that I play because this guy will, like, alert. Oh, it's on turn start. Okay, so it can be the last card I play, but doesn't have to be the finishing blow if I have something else that can deal damage, like the Wagenburg. So, oh, the annoying thing is that I'm gonna need to play stuff like not with the Wagenburg because I need to force these guys into the same row so that I can hit them all with the Wagenburg and the Pitfall Trap. Like, how do I get... I mean, I guess the Arbalist can do a little bit of damage being played into... Oh, but in order for the Wagenburg to do 4, it needs all 3 of these cards to come down next to it. This does seem tricky. Actually, I guess if I play like the Wagenburg here, and then like the Sapper back here, then the Wagenburg still gets the point from, or the the armor from this guy moving into that row. So probably starting with the Wagenburg here. Playing the Sapper second, though, seems kind of bad. This doesn't get to combo. Like, having the Sapper be the last card, if anything, would probably be ideal, so it can max combo. I mean, I guess... Oh, wait. Pitfall Trap is not a unit. Huh. So it might... Alright, let's try just playing it. Yeah, okay. So that's good. But I don't know how we... Come to think of it, I don't know how we get this guy to move up here. So maybe playing it on this road doesn't even make sense. Oh, wait, will they alert each other? I think they will. If a unit appears in this row... Yeah, I think they will alert each other. How does that mean not mean I just auto-lose? Oh, because it's... like... This guy becomes alerted, and then the next turn he moves up. And then this guy... That turn, this guy becomes alerted, and then... Okay, okay. So I think I don't need to play things in different rows. So I can just play the Wagenburg in this row. Right. Now this guy should become alerted. Move to there. But this guy will never... This guy won't follow him. That's the issue. Oh, but I could use the Arbalest to activate him. But then the Wagenburg gets no value out of that. So maybe I should have done this in a different order. Not sure. No. Okay, yeah. So
one vote.
I'm 1 damage short.
Don't you worry yourself, Your Grace. We'll get it done in no time.
Yeah, okay. So I might be overestimating the importance of chaining the sapper because the Wagenburg's gonna kill those guys anyway. Unless what I need to do is use the sapper chain to just kill like one guy that I don't move up or something. Like shoot the guy in the start no, it can't make sense to start with this row. Okay, this has got to be correct. I just don't see any way around it. But, I need to do basically they're all gonna get knocked down to 5-4 by the pitfall trap. So I need to do, and this thing is definitely only going to be capable of doing 3 damage because it's like 3 units coming down after that. So I need to do 1 damage each to all of these guys. Arbalists can do damage to 2 of them, but how do I... Sapper chaining doesn't matter because it requires, like... Oh, I fire the Wagenburg first. Right? So that... Yeah, I think that was probably pretty obvious.
Arbalist at your command. Armor one, sir.
Yep. Yeah, that was obvious.
Stop your yapping and start digging.
Think about that. Okay. Alrighty. From Andro Yolka, bookkeeper, to Colonel Lucan Zorna. As instructed, the regimental treasury was transferred to the village of Yedlin, south of camp. In order to minimize the chance of enemy interception, the chests have been concealed under the bridge. I've also begun the withdrawal of supplies toward Aldersburg. May the gods watch over us both. Alright, so we can go find some treasure. That's nice. Wonder if it'll be another multiplayer avatar border. Oh, I think I already see it. It's pretty silly. Oh, I guess I had to have the key. Oh, no, I got an avatar. Oh. It's an interesting treasure for them to worry about concealing from their enemies. A picture of this old woman. Signpost. I can't go in there. Alright.
Meve shook her head in disbelief as she surveyed the landscape before her. The Nilfgaardians had destroyed everything in their path. Burned farms, trampled fields, leveled orchards.
The bastards.
She hissed.
They mean to cause a famine.
When the Lyrians reached Braithwaite, a small village near Aldersburg, they saw gaunt men and women, more bone than flesh, gnawing on acorns and boot leather. The invaders had requisitioned every scrap of the village's food stores and hauled it off to their nearby camp. In strained voices, the villagers begged the Queen to help them retrieve their supplies.
Milady, Frost'll come before we know it. Felt help us. Why not a soul will live to see the thaw?
Meve looked around at the blackened, scorched village, at the walking skeletons who dwelled in it. The suffocating smoke bellowing up from the fields sent tears streaming down her face.
I'll do what I can,
was all she said. She knew this was not the time for a rousing speech. She needed to act.
Okay. But what does that actually entail?
Have mercy. We'll waste away and starve. Milady, have mercy. We'll waste away and starve.
Like, what is it that I'm actually... Is it just like finding the supplies or what? Oh, okay, sure. Go fight the Nilfgaardians and take the stuff back to them. That makes sense. Alright. Well, getting close to an hour, so I think I'll hold off on this until next episode. Until then...